Once upon a time, in a small village nestled amidst rolling hills, lived a young girl named Lily. She had a heart full of dreams and an infectious smile that could brighten even the gloomiest of days. But fate had a cruel twist in store for her. Lily's family was poor, and her father struggled to make ends meet as a farmer. Despite their hardships, Lily's parents always managed to create a warm and loving environment for her. Creatures roamed and dreams came true. These stories were her escape from the harsh reality of their everyday struggles. One winter, a dreadful illness descended upon the village. It took hold of Lily's parents, leaving her orphaned and alone in the world. The vibrant smile that once adorned her face was replaced by a veil of sorrow, with no relatives to turn to. Lily was placed in an overcrowded and joyless orphanage. The days turned into a monotonous routine, devoid of love and laughter. She yearned for a sense of belonging, a place to call home. Lily found solace in her imagination, creating imaginary friends and weaving stories in her mind. She would sit by the window, staring at the distant hills, hoping for a glimpse of the enchanting worlds her parents had spoken of. One day, as Lily gazed out the window, a kind old woman named Mrs. Thompson happened to pass by. She noticed the lonely girl and was instantly drawn to the sadness in her eyes. Mrs. Thompson, who had lost her own daughter many years ago, felt a deep connection to Lily's pain. With a compassionate heart, Mrs. Thompson decided to adopt Lily. The girl's eyes lit up with newfound hope as she stepped into Mrs. Thompson's cozy cottage, hoping to find the love she had longed for. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Lily's smile began to return, and a flicker of happiness graced her young face. Mrs. Thompson showered her with affection and care, trying her best to fill the void left by Lily's parents. But life is unpredictable, and tragedy struck once again. Mrs. Thompson fell gravely ill and was confined to her bed. Lily, now a teenager, became her sole caretaker. She would sit by Mrs. Thompson's side, holding her fragile hand, whispering stories and words of love, just as her parents had done for her. One winter morning, as the snowflakes gently kissed the window pane, Mrs. Thompson took her final breath, leaving Lily all alone once more. The girl who had experienced so much loss in her short life felt a profound emptiness settle within. Within her, Lily returned to the now silent orphanage, carrying the weight of sorrow that seemed unbearable. The light in her eyes had faded, and her dreams became distant memories. The pain of losing her parents and Mrs. Thompson had left an indelible mark on her heart. Years passed, and the world continued its relentless march forward. Lily grew older, carrying the scars of her past with her. She never lost hope completely, but a part of her always longed for the warmth and love she had once known. In her twilight years, Lily found solace in the stories she had inherited from her parents and Mrs. Thompson. She would sit by the window, staring at the distant hills, cherishing the memories of a time when her heart was filled with joy and laughter. And as the final chapter of Lily's life came to a close, she took solace in knowing that her story, though tinged with sadness, was one of resilience and enduring love.